Hello viewers, welcome to the channel. In this video I'll show you how to design the simple model in FreeCAD. To design this model we'll use three workbenches: the part design workbench, fasteners, and part workbench. So first here let's go to FreeCAD, and if you want to donate to the channel, to support the channel, you can do so. Just go to the description of this video and you will find a link to my Ko-fi page. Create a new document, click on this plus icon and switch to the part design workbench. And now create a new sketch, click on this icon, and for this sketch we'll select axis plane. Click on axis plane. What we'll do in the sketch here is to draw a section of the section view here. So we'll draw this sketch here. We'll draw this sketch. Okay, and now let's go to FreeCAD and select polyline tool. And what you do first here, we draw this line. Okay, and now as you can see we have the sketch here, and let's set the constraints for this sketch. So what we'll do first here we'll constrain this point with this origin point, we'll make constant. Okay, and now let's set the angle between these two lines here. So as you can see here we have this chamfer here, 2 millimeters. So what we do here, first here we select angle constraint and then this line here, and what we do here, it will set 108 minus 45 degrees, and you get this. And now select horizontal distance tool, select this point and this point here and set 2 millimeters. Okay, and now what we'll do here, let's set this horizontal distance here. So what you do, select horizontal distance tool, and first here we'll set the length of this line. The length of this line here will set 4 millimeters, set 4. Okay, and now what you do, select equal constraint, and what you do here, we set this line equal to this line here, and this line equal to this line. As you can see here we have 4 millimeters and 4 millimeters. So again, select this horizontal distance tool, and now let's set the length of this line here. So as you can see here we have 15, set 15, and now for this line here we'll set a length of 17. Okay, and the distance between this point here to this point we'll set 21. Okay, and now we have this, and we have 7 degrees of freedom. So first let's hide these constraints here, and now we'll set the vertical dimensions of the sketch. So select this tool here. We have a diameter of 16.57. So what we do here, you select this point and then this point here, and now here we'll put this formula divided by 2, and we get this dimension here, as you can see, 8.285. So now we'll set the distance between this point here to this point. So as you can see here we have 22, so here we'll set 11. Okay, and the distance between this point to this point here will set the alpha of 16, will set 8. Okay, and now the distance between this point here to this point will set the alpha of 25. Okay, and the distance between this point here to this point, as you can see here we have 18, so the distance here will set 9. And now the distance between this point to this point here will set the alpha of 22, so will be 11. And now these 2 points here will set a distance of 7.5. Okay, and now leave the sketch press home and select revolution tool. And here what you need to do is to change the axis to X and then press home, and as you can see now we have this. So click OK. The next thing to do here is to create the chamfer operations. So as you can see we have this chamfer here, this chamfer, and here. So what you do, we select this edge and control select this edge here and then this edge and go to the chamfer tool. And here what you need to do is to change the size of this chamfer to this dimension here and then click OK. And as you can see now we have this. Okay, and the next thing to do here is to create these pockets here around this cylinder. So what you will do here, you will create a new sketch, and in that sketch will draw this sketch here. So what you do, we create a new sketch and you can create in YZ plane. And here what we do, we draw a rectangle in this point in this way, and now leave the sketch. And now what you'll do is to change the attachment of this rectangle, this sketch. So go to model, select the sketch here and click on mouse and select attachment editor. And here we'll change the value of this duration to this face here. So okay, let's do that. Okay, here we can set -22. Okay, no problem. And now click OK and double click in the sketch, and now switch to the section view and delete this rectangle. And now select polyline tool and draw this sketch as you can see. Okay, and now we'll set the constraints of this sketch here, but okay, let's go to this drawing page, and as you can see this line here is so here we'll delete this line here, delete, and select arc tool, click in this origin point and draw this arc. Okay, now select horizontal constraint and make these 2 points horizontal. And next here what we'll do, we'll set this angle here. So select angle constraint and now these 2 lines, and here we'll set the length of, we'll set an angle of 45 degrees. Okay, and now let's set the radius of this arc here. So select this constraint here and click in this arc, and the radius as you can see is 13.82. Okay, and now as you can see we have this. And the next thing to do here is to constrain the height of this sketch. So we can select, here I don't have, but the height of this sketch is 2 millimeters. So select vertical distance tool and then these 2 points here and set 2 millimeters, and now just leave the sketch and press home. And now to create this first pocket, what we'll do is to use this command here, Alex. So what we do, we go to the model tab, select the sketch, and then click in this tool here, press home, and here go to the axis, change here to X. Okay, and now as you can see we have this, and the next steps here is to set these parameters here. So what you'll do here, first we'll check this option, reverse it. Okay, and now we'll change here to 250, and the height here will change to 20. And now as you can see we have this, so click OK. And what we can do next here, we click in this arrow, and okay, the next thing to do here is to create this pocket in this direction. So what we do, we select the sketch and we go to this tool again, click here and change the axis to X, press home, and again here we'll set reverse it. Okay, and now change here to 250 and date here to 20. Okay, and now let's change this duration here. So what you do, we check this option here, left-handed, and now click OK. And as you can see, now we have these two pockets. And the next step here is to create a polar pattern of these pockets. So what we do, we select this first operation and then this operation here, control, and now select polar pattern tool. And here we need to change the number of occurrence of this polar pattern to 32 occurrence. So what you do, first here we set x-axis and now we change the number of occurrence to 32. Okay, and as you can see, now we have these pockets. So click OK. And now the next step is to create this part here. To create this part, you'll use the fasteners workbench. So let's go to FreeCAD, and what we do here, we change the workbench to fasteners workbench. If you don't have this workbench installed in your FreeCAD, what you can do is to go to the tools and select add-on manager. You can download this workbench from here, but you will need internet connection. So okay, now let's create this part here. Go to these tools here and we select 3D rod, clicking this icon. And now what we need to do is to set the placement of this object. So what you do, first here select this 3D rod here in the tree view, and now control and select this circular edge and clicking this icon to move this fastener, and now clicking this icon to invert the direction. As you can see here, we have this reference and we have this height here of this object. So what we do, we select this 3D rod here and we go to the parameters of this 3D rod, and first here we change the diameter to 20. Okay, and the length here, as you can see, is 20, so we don't need to change this. So now to see the threads, what we do, we change here to true, and now as you can see, we have this 3D rod here. Okay, and now if we close this board here, as you can see, we have two objects here. So what we need to do next is to make a fusion of these two parts. We change the workbench to part workbench. Okay, and first here select these two bodies and go to this tool here, union, clicking this icon, and as you can see, now we have this part here, we have fusion parts here. And now the next thing to do is to create this hole here with a diameter of 11. So what you do to create this hole here, the way to do that is to use this tool here, cylinder tool of part workbench, clicking this icon, and as you can see, now we have this small cylinder. So the next thing to do is to set the placement of the cylinder. We'll place the cylinder in this face here. So what you need to do is to select this cylinder and then click on mouse and select attachment editor, select this face. Okay, and scroll down here and we'll change the direction of this cylinder. So check this option and now click OK here and select the cylinder, and now we go to the parameters of the cylinder, and here we'll change the radius and the height of the cylinder. So the radius of the cylinder will be the half of 11. So you will set 11 divided by 2, and 8 here we can set 100, no problem. Okay, and now that we have the cylinder, we can subtract this cylinder from this part here to create the hole. So what we do, first we need to select diffusion and next the cylinder, and now select cut tool, click on this icon, and as you can see, now we have this hole. So it's all for this model. Thank you for watching this video. If you found this video useful, please leave a like, a comment, and share this video with your friends. And also, if you want to donate to the channel, to support the channel, you can do so. Just go to the description of this video and you will find a link to my Ko-fi page. Thank you for watching this video.